Ladies and gentlemen,
Ladies and gents
welcome back to another episode
of
Ballers Block.
Ballers Black Shore, my hoodie.
I'm Debo. He's not.
Of course, I'm not. Got it.
But he's Tebow. For those who don't know, anybody new joining us?
No, I am not Debo.
Did I say Debo?
I like that. No,
Oh, yeah.
I like that. I am not
Oh,
Debo.
you're re-emphasizing it. I thought I
Basically.
messed up and said ecology Debo for some
Nah.
reason.
You good. You good.
All right.
You good.
Now, today's show, before we get into it,
Yeah.
we established that we'd like to hit a certain goal. To be honest, I don't remember what the goal that we set was.
I think you said 1,000.
1,000
You
subscribers.
said 1,000 subscribers.
There it is. 1,000 subscribers
Uh-huh.
by the summertime. Specifically, let's say August. The beginning of August.
First week.
First week
by
of
August 8th.
Which would be my
That's what we
birthday.
said. By August 8th.
Yes.
Yeah, by August 8th.
It's not the loftiest of goals. It's very doable. So help some brothers out. How about that?
Mhm.
The people.
You.
The hoopers. I won't call you the people. The hoopers.
The hoopers. The ballers.
The ballers. Even
Ballers
better.
Block. The ballers.
Duh.
Let me get into hoodie mode.
Do
You
it.
got hoodie Melo, you got hoodie Tebow.
Hoodie Tebow.
Let's get into the hoodie mode. Oh, before we even start though, before we start talking basketball,
Yeah.
you gotta say R.I.P. Legend.
The
Elgin
first highlight guy.
Baylor. R.I.P.
Preceded the Jordans, the Skywalkers, the Dr. J's. Elgin Baylor.
Yeah.
His career was a bit of a shame. Not that he wasn't great, but the fact that he never got to win a ring. The year the Lakers won the ring, he retired like the first week of the season or something like
but
that.
I mean, it happens though. There are a lot of legends that
Charles Barkley,
Yeah.
Karl Malone,
and
John Stockton.
like you go back to their highlights and you just look at old film and you're like, yo, they could have won.
All-time
it or should've.
greats.
Yeah.
All-time greats.
Period.
People that you would say are easily like top 25, top 50.
Of all time till this day.
Yeah. Like a man like what's his name? Stockton, career leader in assists and steals, and like those records would probably never get touched.
Yeah.
Like you'd have to average 14 assists for multiple seasons to catch it.
But he had to meet Mr.
MJ,
Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Elgin Baylor, he met the Knicks, he met the Celtics.
It happens, man. It happens. That's the nature of the beast called the NBA.
Before Kobe, I believe he was like the first or like one of the shortest guys to drop a 70.
Yeah.
Usually it was the centers putting up numbers like that.
Interesting.
Yep.
Actually, you're right. You're right. Kareem and them.
Who else specifically?
No, like ridiculous.
So definitely, rest in power
Yes. Or
To,
paradise.
to an OG great.
Yeah, man. Rest in peace before we start the show. We can get into the show now.
Let's talk ball. Let's hoop it up, as it were.
Remember Hoop It Up back in the day?
I do
Since we're gonna
remember
talk
Hoop It
ball,
Up back
since
in the
you
day.
remember Hoop It Up back, who remembers Hoop It Up?
This is an
And who
excellent
used to go to
segue.
Hoop It Up?
This is an excellent segue because our warm up is going to be talking about how trash we are right now.
Didn't I tell you though? before we went to go play ball, don't even say we, because this guy. So we get to the court and everything. I'm there like getting ready to ball, putting on my shoes. I'm like, man, I gotta stretch. This guy's like, I was stretching and warming up before.
Yo, listen.
Dude was stretching before he came in.
I started doing this for a couple years now. I stretch at home before I get to the gym.
And you were warming up. What else were you doing?
warm up.
What else were you doing?
No, I just do a dynamic warm up.
Okay.
And then by the time I get to the gym, I can just hop right into the run without having to worry about.
This guy came in fresh
stretching.
into the game, man. We got there late because of this guy. I would have been there early and got my warm up
And
shots.
listen, you're the one moving scared about the location. You didn't know where it was. So
I wasn't scared about the location.
So I was like, yo, don't worry, I'll take you.
Bro, I called you and just said, yo, is it this spot? Just to be sure, because I know how the East End is. An address could say friggin' Markham. 2 2s, it's in Scarborough.
I mean,
Somewhere else.
sometimes that Google be sending you all over the place.
Yes, it's happened. Remember,
So
remember we were playing men's league. Remember we were playing men's league last. The address I got led me to Markham, and then someone had to say, "What's his name?" Kevin was saying, "Yo, don't go to Markham. It's the spot that's in Scar." So it throws you off, but nonetheless, though.
Yeah, we're trash.
I was trash. I got there, no warm up, no stretching, no nothing. These mans are like ready to play. Mind you, there's other mans that have been playing for like I don't know how many hours or minutes. So they're all like
if anything, they played like around 5-10 minutes the most.
Whatever. They look like they were ready. They were breaking sweat and everything. I'm there cold as F and old as F on top of that. And throw me right in the game. Terrible.
Now, I wasn't that trash.
Yo, white boy was busting my ass, man.
I wasn't that trash. He gave you the Luka Doncic.
Yo, white boy was busting my ass, man.
He gave you the Luka Doncic treatment.
I've never had my ass bust that bad in ball in a long time. And it wasn't even like a wicked ass busting because if I was healthy.
It was an out of shape ass busting.
Basically, and that's what I chalk it up to. Like I was gassed, man.
Oh yeah, and you know what the thing is? When you're out of shape like that, you don't have the confidence to do things that you'd usually
Absolutely not. I didn't even have the confidence to run up and down the court.
Because even me, I'm not there yet.
Yo, it was bad.
It was bad.
You seen my shots?
Ooh, lack thereof.
It was so bad. I think at one point you were like, yo, you're out of shape, bro. Like, yo, I didn't know it was that bad.
Yeah.
I told you.
Because again, COVID kicked our asses.
It kicked mine bad, man. Like I got
like both of us are pretty athletic in our own rights. Grew up doing it, all types of sports, football, basketball, track and field, you name it, we probably
baseball,
did it.
Everything.
So like to be like in a situation where you've gone a full year without doing nothing.
Muscle atrophy.
Trash. Big trash.
I'm ashamed, man.
We were so trash, the question comes, this is another segue into the first quarter. Who's more trash? Us or the Raptors / Rockets?
Well, judging by the game we just watched tonight, Raptors versus the Rockets. The Rockets laid a little, pretty little smackdown on your team there.
The Raptors got mollywopped.
Yep.
By a team that lost 20 straight. And they didn't have arguably their best player.
Victor.
Yeah. Now
listen.
Go ahead.
Raptors, those is your mans, yo. Like, explain
what happened.
What's going on?
I will explain.
Tell us what's going on in Jurassic Park right now.
The Raptors have gotten a raw deal. Allow me to elaborate.
Here we go. I'm gonna let him elaborate. Then I'm gonna slap him with a.
First of all,
something.
The Raptors are the only team. That aren't playing on their home court.
Who cares?
What do you mean, who cares?
You hoop anywhere. But continue.
The Raptors don't have a home court. They're playing in Tampa. That's number one.
Nice warm weather.
Number
how dare
two.
We complain,
Number two. The Raptors have been ravaged by COVID.
Okay.
Now here's the thing. Other teams have also been ravaged by COVID.
Facts.
They got their games postponed.
Okay.
The Raptors were forced to play without their guys.
Oh, poor Raptors.
At one point, they had 5 guys out. Five of their main guys were out.
Guess what? This is what's expected from a championship caliber team.
What, to play without 5 of their main guys? When other teams got their games postponed?
Listen, I didn't see a pity parade when my guys, the Golden State Warriors, were down in the finals. You guys wanted to step on throats.
I call malarkey.
These guys,
you
guys gave us
I call malarkey David
parade.
Silver.
No pity parade. You guys You guys are quote unquote champions.
We are champions.
All right,
injuries happen.
So this is what we expect from champions.
Even
play through it.
Even me as a Raptor fan, when I saw
played through it.
When I saw
played through it.
When I saw Klay Thompson go down
through it.
I was like homegirl from the Matrix.
You don't rip your mask off.
Not like this.
You don't rip your mask
off.
Not
like this. Oh, come on.
You don't rip your mask off.
At one point,
frustration, you play through it.
Speaking of
You
frustration,
played through it.
speaking of
I don't want to
frustration,
hear none of this.
speaking of frustration,
Play.
I remember
it.
I remember a Steph Curry ripping out his mouthpiece and dashing it at a innocent bystander.
They deserved it. They deserved it, yo.
Of course, so
That
then
person uttered some words, yo.
that
You didn't
person
hear
uttered
that?
some words. That person did nothing.
Come
Steph
on.
got mad at a call and dashed his mouthpiece away.
Nah,
just
man.
like Nurse
That
got mad at a
person
call
uttered some
and dashed
words.
his thing away. The difference is Nurse didn't hit nobody, and he had perfect reason for doing so. 41 to 14
He's a coach.
fouls.
It doesn't matter.
41 to 14.
Oh, but when you
That's
guys,
ridiculous.
But when he gets calls, he ain't ripping
Oh, the
up his
Raptors
mask.
never get calls.
Come on.
The Raptors never. When have the Raptors ever been favored by calls?
Oh, that little Fugazi ride to the championship. You
get
guys were
outta
favored
here.
through all the way through.
I mean
All the way
favored by
through.
calls.
All the way through.
The refs were
Yes.
oh.
How do you think you guys got there?
You're out
With
of
skill and
You're
talent?
out of your mind.
With talent?
A little bit of luck, I'll give you that.
Well, a lot of luck.
That
A lot of luck.
that Kawhi
yo.
bounce. Woo.
A lot of luck, yo. Get out of here with that. When you guys are getting your calls and winning, you guys
never
ain't
got
nobody
no calls.
complaining.
That no point in
All
Raptor
of a
history
sudden-
have they ever been
All
favored
of a sudden,
in calls.
there's an issue. All of a sudden,
At
there's
no
an issue.
point ever in
You guys
history
stay there with your
have
with
the
your.
Raptors ever
You
been
guys stay
favored
there
in
with your
calls.
rip my mask off, face off my face type coach, yo. That's the kind of team you guys got. Stay with that team.
It's not looking good.
Oh, it's not trade deadline. Who's
It's
going?
not looking
Tell me
good.
who's going right now. Who do you want off the team? Who do you want to start, bench, or cut on the Raptors right now?
Start.
Okay, start, bench, or trade. Let me say that.
Start.
Abnormal Powell.
Yes.
I've been saying that for the last couple of years.
But I think he has been starting, so that's a good.
Leave him as a starter.
Yes. Bench. I don't think he's like a ongoing starter. But
Boucher.
not even Boucher, but I think he started this game. Stanley Roberts. Is it Stanley Roberts? Stanley Robinson?
Who the hell
I
is
just
that?
know his name is Stanley.
All right. Okay.
Bench him.
Must be a G League man.
Trade Lowry.
That's who you can get the most value for right now.
I believe. Well,
Unless
it
you
might
get
be
rid of
Norm.
Spicy.
Might be Norm.
But I think they keep Norm, man. Norm has a good upside right now.
I like Norm's upside as well.
Like you keep him, build a team with him, Fred. You gotta get rid of Pascal though.
I'm not necessarily mad at that.
Get rid of Pascal.
Yeah.
I think they could do it. They can get him more.
He's not
better-
he's not the guy, and he'll never be the guy.
Nah. Or maybe bench him. Have him come off as a 6 man. He'll be a solid 6 man.
Make him
But
play
they just need a starter.
make him play the what's that guy's name from San Antonio? Manu role.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Now, speaking of transactions, your second team, the Brooklyn Nets.
And we call him my second team just to clarify so people don't think I'm, I got Raptor fan tendencies.
Smart tendencies.
KD is my favorite player. I'm going to put that up there as my top player. So I follow KD, period. So if KD's on the Warriors, I rock with the Warriors. KD was on OKC, I rock with KD on OKC.
Seems like you're
still.
hedging your bets.
No. Whether they win or lose in Brooklyn, whatever. I'd love to see him win there, but he's already won his chip. I'm content. I'm happy. It'd be nice for him to create another legacy, but I don't think it's fair the way their team's kind of looking like, it's too K'd up right now. They're overriding all trade declines.
I like that.
They changed the settings,
I like that.
which I don't like. I don't do that
I
in
like
my
that. Well
runs.
put.
I don't do that
Well
in my runs.
put.
FYI.
They override the trades.
Yeah. So right now, I don't know how I feel about it, but it is what it
They
is.
got full control of the season.
Here's what I'd say.
They're dropping players from other teams and picking them up.
Basically, they took over the association.
Yeah.
So here's the main reason I'm I guess rocking with the Nets and KD's because he got injured. That terrible Achilles,
We'll get back to injuries
which
in a minute.
could have got him his 3 consecutive titles, which would have etched them in as a dynasty. And the fact that he's back from the injury and he was balling out at the beginning of the season, I gotta rock with him. I'm happy, I'm
balling.
proud. Yeah, so and yeah, that's where I'm gonna leave it.
I hope he can continue though,
Yeah,
because I don't know. It seemed what the injury that he got didn't seem that he would leave him out this long.
yeah. Or it seems more serious, but at the end of the day, I like the Warriors as well as a team because they play great, excellent team ball, regardless of who they have on the
Yo,
floor.
listen, the Warriors play some of the best basketball.
But that's why I like them. You've never
Ever.
played. I'm sure you played on a team that played like.
Oh, yeah.
Good. Everyone's. Our men's league team was basically like that too.
Bingo.
We
It
didn't
was
have
fun as hell.
We didn't have like
It was fun as hell.
We were all old men.
There was never like you. Sometimes you might play with that one dude. He might be incredible, but it's like I hate playing with this.
He
guy.
never passes the ball. He
I
was
hate
taking the
playing with
dumbest
this guy.
shots.
Yeah.
He's yelling and getting mad for nothing, but he ain't never scoring either. One of them never playing defense. Yeah, but our team was basically everyone played their role.
Yep.
We shared the ball. If
Very much
if
so.
one person was hot, that person kept taking the shots.
Oh,
if
yeah.
there was a mismatch, give it to that person.
Oh, yeah.
And on defense, we left no man stranded. Everybody was hustling. And again, we were all like, a bit old in age.
But we had the IQ though.
Yeah.
When the athletics goes, the IQ kicks up.
But then when we got in gear though, as we played more games, it got ridiculous because
we
it was
we were on a roll.
Yeah.
And when we got the young boys, it was a rizap.
So those are the kind of teams I like playing with. Whether I score or not, if I'm able to play defense, if I'm able to grab rebounds, hustle, whatever the case may be, dive for a loose ball to help the team win.
At my
I don't care.
tender age, sometimes I don't even care to like be the scoring guy. Just let me.
There's no need to.
Let me chuck up my 1-2 shots, play
Yo.
my defense. But we didn't. We kind of we kind of drifted off.
This
the
is
topic a
Baller's
little
block.
bit.
We've never given them like
An in-depth
our
about
balls. Oh, speaking of balls, sorry, this is totally off topic. I have old footage on those little DVRs of our old BWT men's league with the orange jerseys.
All right.
Like it's like a full out documentary stuff. You're like, we got footage of us in the car driving up to the spot, like just foolishness. You're like, smack DVD stuff, and then some of the old rap stuff too.
Don't be lost though.
I remember.
Didn't finish off right.
Nah.
But anyways,
could have been my first chip.
we didn't even talk about who the Brooklyn Nets got.
Yo, shit.
I'm
yeah,
sure
well, we
most of you
totally
guys
got
know.
off that topic.
Blake Griffin.
Blake Griff.
And guess what? He's dunking again. In fact, his first basket as a net was a dunk. And we both called it.
Yeah.
We both called it. I said it was going to be an alley-oop. But nonetheless, I said his first basket, exactly. His first basket was going to be a dunk.
So
you say, because I know exactly what you're going to say.
Do you think he was faking it this whole time? I say yes. I called it.
Here's the thing.
Remember, we sat here last time and I basically said, yo, I think this guy might be faking it.
Here's
you
the
said
thing.
Probably.
I don't want to say that he was faking, but I'll say that he definitely wasn't giving it his all. Just like how Harden wasn't giving it his all, and just like how before Vince Carter left the Raptors, he said that he wasn't giving it his all.
But these guys took it to a different extreme. Harden and not
Harden was out there.
Harden
was out there faking a weight gain.
So bodysuit was real.
Who knows?
This man hit up Eddie Murphy. I need a Clumps bodysuit. I need,
It's like this guy had like towels under his jersey or something.
Like, whatever works, man. They got the trade. Brooklyn Nets look a little stronger. If Blake Griffin, I know he'll never be. For all we know, he could be faking it again. Like
all he has to do is literally be like another Jeff Green. If he can be another Jeff Green, they're good. Because Jeff Green has been pretty solid.
Again, I feel like Blake Griffin has been dogging it since he got to Detroit because he hates it there.
2 years without dunking?
Bro, you're 6'9".
When that was what you were known for?
Thank you, exactly. He'd be able to throw down a little weak dunk. You've seen mans that aren't even his height.
Fat Sean Kemp dunked.
Overweight is the right terminology. Overweight.
Even men shouldn't get body shamed.
Yes, that's basically where I was going with that. Overweight.
Thank you for correcting me.
Not a problem. I got your back.
I'm usually the one with the loose tongue.
I got your back, big fellas.
I'm usually the one with the loose tongue. I shouldn't be talking because I look like Harden in Houston. Let's just say that.
We can have a challenge if you want to. If you want to have a belly challenge,
A
yo.
belly off.
You don't want a dad bod challenge.
Uh,
That'd be kind of bad. Nah. I'm trying to get my summer bod back, yo. It's not working.
I
still.
definitely need to change my diet. At this age, I can't be eating them the same stuff I've been eating. And then like
two meals just now.
well, relatively healthy though. Relatively healthy, especially if you're not gonna put the dressing on. But I digress. More
basketball talk.
more transactions. Milwaukee pulled off a trade that I kind of like.
PJ Tucker.
I
retweeted it on my little, on our little Twitter.
So
Two jerks in a pod.
Do you think
that's a good move?
But do you think that catapults them?
It does, and here's why. PJ Tucker, solid defender.
Yes.
Solid defender. Though not a
money
scorer,
in the corners.
Money in the corner. And Giannis is good at going downhill to find people in the corner, so he'll give you those corner threes. Now, though he's not a scorer, what he will create is disruption.
Yes.
So on the offensive rebounding, he'll get a lot of tips. He'll probably get a couple offensive rebounds here or there to get second chance opportunities, which Giannis will friggin', So that's where I say he's a good addition to that team because they needed a hustle and grit kind of guy. And I don't think they really have that. If you really look at the team, they don't have a hustle and grit kind of guy.
Nah, not really.
He's that guy. But Drew Holiday, let's say Drew Holiday, but now adding PJ Tucker and Drew Holiday, you're good. So I like that move. And just, was it last week or a couple of weeks ago? I had them written off. I was like, they'll never, they had their
just
chance.
Put them back into, because last week we did, or our last episode we did Pretenders.
Yeah.
And we had them as Pretenders.
We did. So now with this move,
Contenders again?
It changes.
All right.
Again, as minute as you might think PJ Tucker's addition is, well, he doesn't score, blah, blah, blah. Trust me, the other things, the intangibles, the defense, the hustle, the leadership, that's huge. The leadership, you need a dog, and he's that dog.
Another type of doggish player who's kind of has the PJ Tuckerish effect on teams and is a much better scorer, if you ask me. Trevor Ariza.
No.
Traded to Miami.
He's still in the league?
He's still in the league.
He's like 40, no?
Traded to Miami for the anti-Semite who didn't know he was an anti-Semite.
Oh, they traded him.
They traded him.
What team was Ariza on?
OKC, apparently.
Was he?
Yeah.
He wasn't playing, was he?
I don't think so.
God damn. This guy's not going to play.
I think
Leonard's
that's going to help
play
Miami.
in OKC.
Yeah,
they're going to cut him.
Oh, absolutely.
They're going to cut him.
Absolutely. They don't need him. And he's I don't think he's injured anyway.
Yeah,
but I think this is a good pickup for Miami, and Miami has been balling. If I'm not mistaken, they're third or fourth in the East right now.
I think they lost their last game.
I think they did to
I don't know.
Indiana.
I don't know if Trevor Ariza really adds anything else. They're already solid as is on defense. They need more offense is what I feel they need. Because
I lied. They're fourth.
Jimmy Butler's not an offensive, like, he's not going to give you 25 to 30 points per game. That's what they need. They need a solid scorer. They have a bunch of guys that can score, but you need someone that can score on a high
You know what
volume.
Jimmy Butler is? Jimmy Butler is basically the same defender PJ Tucker is, but a way better scorer.
I guess.
He's like PJ Tucker scoring 20 points a game.
I suppose, yeah.
And like that and his leadership intangibles is what makes Miami so good. Because they were trashed because he wasn't there.
No, of course.
As soon as he came back, they become fourth. I was ready to write him off. My boy told me, shout out to Fahim. My boy told me, hey, listen, don't write these guys off.
But here's the problem. They need more offense. Because in the finals last year, look what happened in the finals last year. They ran out of offense. They had nobody that's good. Jimmy Butler was done. You weren't gonna get Bam to score on Anthony Davis. You're not gonna get Tyler Hero to score with LeBron out there on, like, you compare those two teams, they were like boys against men.
I think
Jimmy Butler.
I think it would have been a closer. I think it would have been a closer series if they had Dragic healthier for the entire series.
Because he's a scorer.
There you go. And if they had Bam healthy for the entire series because he started the series injured.
But Dragic was the missing scorer. So
Yes.
they definitely do need
They
a
still
scorer,
got
though.
Dragic.
They still need a scorer. With the way that listen, you see how these teams are scoring right now?
This is true. But
Teams are putting a buck 30.
the playoffs is more about defense, though. Those scores they're gonna come down in the playoffs.
Not this year, man.
They're gonna come down.
Not this year. Now when you're playing the Brooklyn Nets. Now when you're playing by the trade deadline, I feel like Lakers are gonna beef up their team with LeBron going down.
You got me there.
Yo, like these teams are gonna be scoring.
Speaking of LeBron going down, another segue. You've been good on the segues today.
I don't know. I'm catching them like
You've been good on the segues today.
Let's go.
Whole bunch of injuries. Whole bunch of injuries. But before we get into injuries, I want to shout out Karis LeVert
for balling out.
Not just balling out.
Back.
He came back. He's back. He's back on the court, and he had the little.
Here's what I'll say about Karis.
Little tumor scare.
I think we should call him the king of bounce back. He mashed up his leg that one time, came back like nothing ever happened. He went through this particular
I respect that guy a great deal. I rate him.
Bounce back, and then he got traded on top. Like I think he's just appreciative that he's in the NBA and he can play. That's it. Because this guy is just playing like it's his last, his last hurrah. But shout outs to him for sure, though. But
Indiana's one of the teams that I thought was gonna, make a little bit of noise. Not necessarily like be a contender, but get up in the playoffs. But
they should have stuck.
Injuries.
They should have stuck with Victor for a bit.
Injuries ravaged them.
They should have stuck with Victor for a bit longer.
And again, we're on the injuries. LeBron's gone. LaMelo's done for the season.
That's the big one. That one hurt me because I was rooting for LaMelo Ball. Yeah.
I'm rooting for all the balls.
The one
Crazy.
in the NBA. It's another one of those lovely outtakes, eh?
You don't have to outtake that one. No one's gonna get canceled for freezing.
No. I'm gonna post it as a single outtake because it seems we have one of those
every episode.
Oh yeah, that was funny. Yeah, the balls. I mean the Ball brothers.
Yeah, I like LeVar. He's a great father. He might run his mouth a little bit too much, but he got it. He got 3 of his sons playing professional basketball. You can't fault that.
More fathers who have their sons involved in sports should be like that. Be the voice for your kids because they can't say certain things.
Not just that, just be there.
That too.
Just be there.
Like, look where it got these kids. Like, how as ugly as you want to say it look, and as you know.
I wish my dad came to more of my sporting events. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, same here. But
life is
man's
life.
had to work.
Yeah.
Put food on the table.
Yeah.
Roof over your head. So I mean, you gotta.
He spoke some things into existence. He told everybody how good his sons were, and he went 2 for 3.
He almost went 3 for 3.
He almost went 3. If his son didn't steal them,
that thieving ass. Facts.
It probably would have been 3 for 3 if his son didn't go off and try to.
But the thieving ass one, he's I don't know his name.
Leangelo.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they call him Jello.
Okay, I was gonna say La Jello because they all got a lot in front of the freaking name.
I mean, you wouldn't be that far off.
La Jello, but he's probably the best shooter out of all of them. I don't want to go as far as saying it, but he almost has like, if he actually got the training and working, he could be almost as good a shooter as Klay Thompson because he has the same kind of mechanics when you look at his jump shot.
You know what he reminded me of? Quentin Richardson.
The way he shoots? Yeah, I could see that. The quick little.
And they both kind of had like the same build.
He's just not a dog like Q was.
Yeah, that's true.
Because Q was like 6'4", 6'5", and he's playing power forward, bro.
Charlotte was in the playoffs.
With LaMelo's injury, they're not in the playoffs.
You think they're done, so?
They're done.
But you only have to make 10th now.
Yeah.
Because they have the play-in.
There's still a couple of teams that might be hanging around. I don't think. I think they're done. I feel like LaMelo was a good a good addition to that
So
team.
right
Like,
now
really
they're
helped them.
6.
And how? Oh, he's done for the season.
He's
Who's
done for the
behind him right
season.
now?
You got surprising. Knicks, Boston.
What?
Exactly.
Mm.
Boston's 8th.
Hey.
The Bulls at 9 and the Pacers at 10.
Yeah, so those teams can still catch him.
Do you think Washington can get up into the playoffs?
Where they at right now?
They're at 13,
What's your record?
15 and 26.
And what's the
They are.
what's the 8th place team's record?
Don't worry about 8th place yet.
No. Let me just.
21 and 22. I say don't worry about 8th because all they need to do is get to 10th to get into the play-in.
Okay. So what's 10th place then?
19 and 23, so they're 3.5 games back.
Yeah, they could creep. They could give if Bradley Beal and Russell Westbrook just go ham.
Bradley Beal has been going ham though.
And Russ needs to go ham and just be consistent.
Who else got injured? Joel Embiid.
Yeah.
And Thien, he was
an MVP candidate.
yeah. I think he one might say he was the
So was LeBron.
the top guy.
LeBron, he's dropped too, and now it's Jokic. Who else is in the MVP running?
Jokic, I guess, Embiid. Would you give it to anybody from Utah?
Like Donovan Mitchell?
Is it like I don't want to say I'd give it to anybody from Utah, but like
They play good team ball. I don't think
they're the
anyone's
number
a
one
stand-up.
team.
They're number one team, but there's not one guy that's making that team. They're overall balanced team.
What about Chris Paul? They're number 2.
Chris Paul's name should be in there. Because as old as he is, he's the
And would you give it to Chris Paul over Booker?
Yeah. You know why? Because if Chris Paul didn't join that team, Phoenix would probably still be relatively good, but I don't think they're number 2.
What about Dame?
That's who's up there. So Jokic, Dame, and somebody else are like the top 3 now because Giannis and thing kind
So
of.
Jokic, Dame, LeBron,
Giannis,
and
Embiid.
Giannis? Harden. I'd give it to Harden before I'd give it to Giannis.
As MVP?
Yes.
I can't.
Because of the team?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Plain and simple. Like, hell
Fair
no.
enough.
Can't do that.
Fair enough. Any other injuries? Steph, your boy.
Man fell on his ass.
He broke his ass.
Broke his ass. That's another one of those.
Phrasing?
Yeah, but he did. Literally took. This is why when you shoot,
The
guys,
the trying to get a foul.
it wasn't even trying to get a foul. He shot it, and you know when you're in rhythm and you're kind of stepping back. And Keep stepping back, and then he tripped and bam. You could tell by the look on his face it hurt like a.
Have you ever like bruised your coccyx or fell on it?
I think so.
Or backed into it? Like me, I like when you do a layup and you go into the wall afterwards. That's what happened to me, and I mashed up my coccyx.
I think for one time it happened to me that I was coming down the steps and I slipped.
Ooh.
And then just hey. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's painful. It hasn't happened since. I'm very careful nowadays, man. Like I'm too old to be getting hurt or breaking.
If you get a chance, look up an anatomy chart and find the coccyx. And see exactly what part of the body we're talking about. Yeah. So you could say phrases a lot for coccyx. But yeah.
Coccyx.
But
it's a word.
Yeah, it's a body part.
Actual thing, yeah.
And yeah, just look where it is in the body. It's like the last part of your spine, or your basically your last of your vertebrae. And imagine bruising that. It's not fun.
Basically all bone.
It's not fun.
Yeah.
No real segue for this.
Not at all. Go ahead. Shoot.
No real segue for this. Top shots.
Cards?
Yeah. We're in the fourth quarter here.
Digital cards?
Digital cards.
Not a fan of it.
Not
don't like it.
all.
Don't need it. Again, with all this digital stuff, if I need to see anything digital or create my own digital archive, I'll just go online and get pictures. Mind you, I wouldn't sell it, but I just create my own digital album and just scroll through.
Here's the
I'm not
thing.
paying for it.
For whatever reason,
Mm.
there's a market for it.
It's a market for everything, man.
That is true.
Like,
That is true. If anybody knows what NFTs are, non-fungible tokens, basically works with blockchain where you can get basically how could I word this? An identifier for a specific piece of digital art
okay.
or a digital highlight, which is what the Top Shot is.
But is this digital stuff? So whatever you're purchasing, is it available anywhere else online, or is this like
Absolutely.
So why am I paying for that? Only for me to view it.
Yeah.
I can't resell it.
Yeah, you can.
But who's gonna want to buy it if it's online?
Some sucker on.
Cause look, I'm gonna just think about it. I'm gonna buy this digital merchandise.
Okay.
I'm gonna buy this digital merchandise and I'm gonna store it on a digital device.
The only reason why you would buy it, the only reason why you would buy it is in hopes of selling it to somebody else for a markup.
Well, we did talk about this, and what my response was, whoever is the first person to buy it is the first sucker in that business deal, because now you got to do the legwork to convince somebody else to buy it off your ass. And the first thing they're going to say is, why the hell do I want to buy that if it's available online? You're going to be like, God damn, he's right. I just spent $100,000 on this digital merchandise that I could have Googled. So whoever sold it to you is like, man, I did not believe that fool just bought that freaking digital piece of crap.
Listen.
It's weird.
Listen, I've seen, well, there's Top Shots and then there's other stuff you can buy.
So here's the thing. If it came with like some type of top secret encrypted, like whatever prize coding that gives you access to something nobody else would have, maybe it's worth it then. If it's
so here's the thing. There are like I've heard people talk about like different things you can do with the NFTs. So for example, like you know how like you play like certain RPG games where you can level up your characters and give them like a certain type of weapon or certain type of clothing.
All right.
So let's say like there's like a certain elite type clothing in a particular game.
Mm-hmm.
You could put an NFT onto that particular thing and then sell it to other people, and the people would know that it's like official because of the NFT that goes with it.
Okay, but that's in a game.
Yeah, that's in the game. Again, like you said, there's more value to that.
Yeah, because it's people are
gamers. The exact value of the Top Shots business is just basically I'm gonna buy it so I can basically
try to sell it.
Yeah.
To a sucker. Even though I was a sucker that purchased it first.
Yep.
I wouldn't want to be that guy.
Yep.
Not at all.
I don't know how else you could put more value than that onto Top Shots exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe what you could do is have like a specialized camera that and this camera doesn't have highlights that are on TV, you know what I mean? Or on YouTube. And and the camera is specifically for Top Shots. So like the angles that this camera or the highlights that this camera is getting, you're not going to be able to get anywhere else.
Even better, let's do this. If I'm going to purchase that with the what'd you call it?
Non-fungible tokens.
NFTs,
yeah.
Why not say, okay, to your point with the whole idea of putting the highlights, so why not give me exclusive footage, behind the scenes footage, maybe practice footage or just something that you will never ever see anywhere, not even a highlight. I want to see the training process. I want to see like day-to-day meetings kind of thing, like put it in like maybe like a 1 hour video that someone who bought it would have access to themselves. They paid for it. It's exclusive. Nobody else has that single footage to make it worthwhile. So if you're a true fan, let's say you're a LeBron James fan and he has that NFT digital card, you get to see his daily workout routine. Like he takes you through a whole day in a life kind of thing of LeBron. Maybe like even like a year. They put it into a documentary that nobody else will ever see. And
well, you know what?
Behind the scenes.
That I like that idea kind of because like you know how like back in the day when you got cards,
Mm-hmm.
like the cards could come in like a series like where you get like the whole team kind of theme.
Mm-hmm.
You can get like the whole season of LeBron's workout regimen. You know what I mean?
Like, there you go.
And then
Like the 2000 whatever
yes,
season where he
yes,
and you get to see everything from training camp, the entire process to the end.
there's more value on it
If it's a championship one, it'll be
as
worth more.
opposed to
'Cause you get
just
yeah.
some highlight that I could just go search on YouTube.
Because then I can buy it now and say, yo, I saw behind the scenes like LeBron, da 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 da, and people like, yo, that doesn't even exist. You're like, yeah,
Because it was actually your brother that put us up on the NFTs, and and when he showed us the website, there was a specific LeBron James highlight that sold for close to $800,000.
That's nuts.
Now, we literally looked up that same highlight on YouTube.
I mean, so if you could resell it, the only way I see that working is if basically you're utilizing it in your own like brand or product and reselling whatever it is. So if you're someone who's creating like sports content and you're coming out with like, I don't know, a documentary or mini film, whatever the case may be, you can use that footage in it without having to get the licensing rights.
Yeah.
Because you have the NFT. So if you have a whole collection of different highlights, you can literally put together a whole video montage and resell that to the masses and say you can stream it for $7.99, whatever. So that's how you it's basically like you're buying the rights to reselling it or reusing it however you want. Because people might not buy it, but if you're someone who works in some type of production or whatever, you might want to put together an NBA, whatever, without having to pay additional licensing costs from the NBA. If that's how it works, I don't know.
I mean, with that said, let us know what you think about Top Shots.
Let us know. Research
Is it a scam?
I think it's a shamboozle. Unless again you're a production person and you got the money and you have the.
Is it a good investment?
Distribute it. Only if it's exclusive is the way I feel.
Or is it just a bunch of suckers looking to make suckers out of a bunch of other people?
I think it's a bunch of sucker mother. Some sucker melon farmers.
Mother lovers?
Mother lovers.
Some sucker ass mother lovers looking to sucker some other sucker ass mother lovers.
You know it. Right on, brother. Right on.
Shout out to Samuel L. Jackson. Anyways, guys, I think we'll wrap it up there. Thanks for
sound effect.
checking us out on Ballers Block.
Yo, it's hot in here, yo.
Oh, it's very hot.
You baking. We're gonna be out. Subscribe, like, turn on notification, follow.
1,000 subscribers by August.
Yep, 2 jerks in the pod. Debo. I'm not Debo. Debo.
I'm Debo. He's not.
Yeah. Follows. Why? Keep looking at the laptop.
I know.
The whole time I've been looking at the freaking laptop.
The laptop literally
Camera's
has nothing
right
on it.
there. Ain't got right there. This is gonna be hilarious. The whole conversation.
I don't want you looking at my eyes.
I just,
so we're busy. I don't want you looking at my eyes.
I don't like.
Avert your eyes.
Don't look
Avert
at
your
me.
eyes, ballers.
Don't look at me.
Don't look at me, hoopers.
All right, so we're gonna wrap it up. I'm looking at it again like a jackass.
Bad habit. Bad habit.
We wrapping up there.
I'm still looking at it.
Next time we're putting the laptop next somewhere over there. This is bad. This fool knocked out.
Deuces.